we can be talking about summer makeup. Isn't that amazing? It's finally here in Northwest Ohio. It is hotter than Satan's armpit. I heard someone say that the other day and I was like, that's really funny. And it's so true, but I love it. I love it. I love that we have summer, but with that comes summer makeup and we aren't really like, oh my gosh, I'm all sweaty or I'm greasy, all the things. So let's address some of those things. How's it going? If you are here, say hi. Tell me where you're watching from. Again, I'm in Northwest Ohio. It's like 1:04 here in the afternoon. And I just got in my stories and I'm like, I'm going to go live and we're going to talk about some of this stuff. Hi guys. I am so glad that you're hopping on. So my skincare is done. I'm done with all of that. And I just put on a little bit of BB cream. This is, okay. So if you have bought any of the Remon skincare and you bought maybe either our travel kit or hang on, this little expert ritual, these are so good. And guys, save these bottles if you get them because you can reuse them. You got a BB cream, okay? It's light, okay? They're gonna come out with more colors, but it's light. So I took it and mixed it. You can mix it with your foundation. Your foundation, it may need to be a little bit darker, but I just mixed it with bronzer and look at the glow. Like, look at that really pretty sheer glow. And it's just so good. And so I wanted to mention that because you can always you could use this. Hi. You could just do this alone and that's fine. And then you could just have a pretty glow and do a little bit to your eyes and all the things. But I'm going to do a little bit more than that. So we're going to keep it simple. Simple is the name of the game. Got a little cold brew here. I love coffee. I love all things makeup. I love hair. I love all things beauty. I'm a cosmetologist. I'm just telling you a little bit about myself right here in the middle. But I really love coffee. All right. So, and it's cold coffee. Let's do a really simple eyeshadow look, but I'm going to hit on the points of over 50 makeup. They're really going to help you. I'm going to tell you all the things right now, and then we'll just do the makeup. Okay. Skincare matters, and you for sure need to be exfoliating. Exfoliate, you have to do that once to twice a week. If you have sensitive skin, you still need to be exfoliating, especially as we get older. You know, we're a little bit dusty and crusty and things don't turn over like they should. And we have dry skin from menopause. We have more texture and we don't want to add to that. So you have got to exfoliate. I have an exfoliate that I use. It's a powder. I turn it into a nice foam. I exfoliate and we're good to go. You guys need to be exfoliating. You need to be using good skincare. If you're like, nope, I am 60 years old. It's too late. It is not too late. It's really, really not too late. I really didn't start paying attention until I was in my late 40s, and I'm so glad that I do what I do. So I found skincare. If you have any questions about that, we can talk about that. And then what we're going to do is remember for your makeup that you have to use less is best. Okay. And you're like, how can I do that? I'll show you how to use less is best, because if you're using a liquid foundation, you're like, how do I use less liquid? Okay. I'm not 100% sure on the less liquid or a less powder, that type of thing, if you're using a powder foundation. But I can show you what I do with my makeup to make sure that I have less. I put things in key areas. You literally have to flip it, what you're used to doing, and flipping it, and you're going to love your makeup so much better. You want to create lift, and you want to create dimension, and we want to take away from the texture. Those are the key things. Those right there. Is that 4? Whatever, 5. Those are the things that I focus on every single time I do my makeup. Every single time. Even if I'm just wearing eyeshadow and a little blush. Whatever I'm doing, I want to hit all of those key things. And the very first thing is the skincare. We're going to be exfoliating. And then next is less is best. So let's start with eyes. I'm going to do this right here is a customizable palette. Okay. I'm going to be using 2 different kinds of things here, and I'll talk about them as we go. This is a customizable eyeshadow palette. This is a customizable makeup palette. You get to put your colors in here. This is huge. You don't have to do huge. You can do littler like this. You do your makeup any way that you want. It's customizable. You buy only what you want, which is amazeballs, because I had palettes. I have one right here. This is the last thing I think I bought before I went to Saint Makeup. Right here, okay? Look, these don't pop out. And see what color I used? all that color right there. And then I would have to buy the whole thing again unless they sold it individually. And they didn't. So these you can sell individually. It's such an amazing thing. It's amazing makeup. The eyeshadow, all of it's so good. So let's start out first creating lift and dimension with our eyes. We have hooded eyes. We have droopy eyes. We have crepey eyes. We're going to have all the things. So let me zoom in. Okay, so right here, you can see how it's laying on my, I just put new lashes on today. Don't ask me what they are either. They're Lashify, but I think they were a limited edition because I can't find them on the website again. This right here hangs over your mobile lid. That right there is a hooded eye, okay? We're lacking the ability to see a brow bone, and that's the problem. Our crease is hidden. It's back in here where your eyeball is. It's hidden. And so we need to create a fake crease. So there's where you're going to get your lift and dimension is just by creating a fake crease. Don't freak out about it. You can do it. I promise you, if I can do it, anybody can do it. Legit. You just may need to take a little bit of extra time and do things a little bit differently. But things are different, right? So we got to do things differently. So I'm going to use the color Cafe. I don't even know if I'm going to use more than one color. I've really been doing a lot of one eyeshadow looks. Well, I will. Let's do that. Let's do Pup right here. Pup is a really great, cool, matte shade for those of us who need something for a lighter color on the mobile lid, which most of us do. Chai is another good one, but that one's warm. And then we have, I don't have Cupcake in here. There's just a lot of great ones, but let's use Pup. And I'm going to take, this brush is on sale right now, the blur brush. So let's use it. I'm going to use the dense end, the rounded end. And we have eye primer on. If you are not using eye primer, you're doing yourself a disservice. You are doing your eyeshadow and then you're like, why is it not popping? Why is it creasing? It's all, my eyelid's all oily, you know, whatever it is, you need to use an eye primer. I love this one, Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion, the color Eden. Just find one. A lot of people like the Sigma one. It's a pen, like so. I get creasing with it. No one else seems to. So whatever, just find yourself an eye primer that you like that will help. Okay, so we have Pup on the lid. So what we did right there is we have lighter here, and then I'm going to put there darker, and that's going to create some dimension. So let's flip this brush over. All of our brushes are double-ended. I'm going to take Cafe right here. Cafe is one of those colors that I suggest for so many people. Pup, Cafe, Sedona, Chai, Lullaby is another one. They're just those staples in your palette that you really like. And then you can wander. You know what I mean? Get your staples, get your neutrals, whatevers. And then if you're like, oh, I want a little bit of purples, you know what I mean? Then you kind of stray. And I can help you with that. I can do an eyeshadow match. So we're going to take the dense end again, I guess. I'll do that. And we're going to put a little bit of color above my crease. That's all you have to do. Right there. Look at the dimension that I have just on one eye. Hey guys, if you are here, say hi. I would love it if you would. I don't know why my voice goes up an octave when I talk like that. Okay, see, look at that. See the difference of just sticking color above. Like, look where my natural crease is and where I'm putting it. Okay, so I'm tapping on, if you have crepey eyelids, I'm getting crepier eyelids. And I'm finding what happens is crepey means like the balloon. You've let the air out, right? And it's kind of going like this. And then you go to put stuff on it and it folds over and then you hop, skip, and jump. So if you're doing that, you need to tap, okay? So just tap it on like that and then you'll get it in where you want it. And not hop, skip, and a jump over it. It's going to be the same thing for your face. So we'll talk about that too, okay? So we're putting Cafe. Cafe is a really pretty, really powdery looking color that I really like. It's a great neutral. I don't know if it's a cool neutral. I don't know. I feel like it's cool. See it? I think it pairs really well with Pup. And then we're just going to blend it. So there's not a huge contrast between this color and the color on my lid, on my mobile lid, which is totally fine in this case. Now, if you put Cafe on your mobile lid and then you put something of equal color in your crease or above your crease, you can't do that. You've got to be able to have a little bit of difference in the two colors. Okay, so again, look at this eye and look at this eye. The difference is stunning. It's dramatic. There's a big difference. Look, see how my eye hangs? Okay, I make this mistake all the time. Don't make your eyeshadow go straight down. If you do, you are going to make your eye look like it's going down. Okay, so let's take Cafe over here, and where we're going to take it is look at yourself straight on like this, and we're going to go, my eyelashes are in the way or I would have kept my eye open. Okay, you're just going to tap it on, and you're going to be like, can I see it? Yay, I can. So you're going to flip your brush over, and you're just going to blend it in and above your crease. I like taking just a little bit in, so right around my eyeball, but don't go down too low over here, and go out. And we're just gonna blend it like so. So I don't want you to overcomplicate your eyeshadow. And then if you want a little zinger, we could put a little bit deeper color in with it, but we're not going to. Or you can put a little bit of a shimmer on your mobile lid, maybe on the inner part or across the whole thing. Okay, so a little trick that I want to show you. We've created lift and dimension just by getting it above your crease, which is big. That's huge right there. So if you're not an eyeshadow person or you struggle with eyeshadow, right there is all you need to do, okay? Even if you have deep set eyes, I get that too, because people think, wait, what about deep set eyes? So deep set eyes, I obviously don't have them, but this brow bone here is coming out and protruding out, and then you're having something that goes in, okay? So when you're blending it, don't put it just in the crease because you're accenting the part that's going deep. You want to bring it up on that brow bone a little bit, like I did. You're creating a fake crease, just like I did. Okay, so it's kind of applicable. I'm going to take this color here, and this is where you're going to get a little bit of definition, because see how I'm kind of willy-nilly up there? Take a fine brush and just take it right directly underneath your brow. And then I like to even take a little bit, this isn't the right brush, but it's okay, right there, and blend it all in. And that will help you give you a little bit finished look. If it stresses you out, don't worry about it. Don't even do it. What you don't want to do is get that too low. That white color too low. Because then it's going to make it look like you have like a big space right here, and that looks silly. Well, it doesn't look silly. It just isn't what you want. All right. That is that. That was Cupcake. That's another great color for the mobile lid. Also, thanks. Isn't that a pretty color? It's in, I think, the struggle is real. Says to try again later. Try what later? Tell me. Trouble loading video. It's probably your Wi-Fi. It's probably your Wi-Fi. Typically, when you have trouble seeing something, it's typically on your end. But who knows, right? Okay, so that's that. We're done there. Except I am going to take a little bit of a shimmer. Let's take something I hardly ever take. Problem with doing that is, what if it's not on sale or out of stock or something? We have a big sale going on, and there's a lot of eyeshadows in there, and there's a lot of lip and cheeks, so you guys have to go check it out. What is this? What is this? I always use Sabrina or Drift or whatever, so let's use this. What is this? This is an older color. They changed the name. It is called Venus. Let's do that, okay? I'm your Venus. I don't even know what that is. Okay, this is a little bit of a chunkier one, so let's take it on our pinky like that, so I don't have a lot. Okay, we're going to close our eye, and you may even need to pull it over. And we're going to start in the middle so we don't go too deep, and we're going to go right there. I'm looking in my mirror a little bit. Okay, and just see how that opens everything up. It's really soft. I'm not going to put a lot, but if you have really hooded eyes and you have very little that you can see right there, just try to get that right there. You could even take a dense brush and put it on if you feel like you can't do it with your finger. Again, there, I'm going to start here in the middle, and then I'm going to move forward. But see how I'm not getting it up on my hood? I'm only doing that. So that was Venus. Oh, I like that. That's a pretty color. Venus is a little bit of a chunkier shimmer. We have shimmers of varying degrees. Some of them are really chunky and some of them are really smooth. This is a medium chunky one, but I still like it. It's really pretty. And it's nice and cool to match those cool shades. So if you're a summer like me, I got my colors done. It's still throwing me for a loop. I need to get over it. I just need to get over it. These are perfect colors for you. All right, so I put on, like I said, the BB cream mixed with a little bit of my cream bronzer. If you like a BB cream a CC cream, whatever those things are, and you want to stop there, that's totally okay. But if you've ever bought the expert kit or our travel thing, you got this BB cream with the Remon Skincare. And it's a little light for us, right? Some of it, you guys can wear it just fine. Some of us can't. I mix it with a little bit of bronzer, and that's what I have on my face. And it's so good. So I don't need to put bronzer underneath, but let me back up. Typically, to wear less makeup and to get things to go the way I want them to on my face is I will bronze first before I put any foundation on. So that's one way that I wear less makeup. And you're like, wait, what do you mean? I'm adding a little bit of dimension and I'm adding a little bit of color. When we get older, we have a lot of colors going on. We have redness and we have melasma. We have sunspots. We have all these things going on. And adding bronzer first is a really great way to kind of tone things down. So I already have that on. And then I'm going to take, this is my Remon Cushion. This is a skincare infused foundation. If you want it matched to it, watch the demonstration. If you want matched to it, comment Cushion and I'll send you a quiz to take and it can get you matched. Well, anyway, let's just go there. Okay, it comes with this puff. I'm not a puff girl. I'm a brush girl. So here it is not powder. Don't worry. It really doesn't feel like a liquid. It doesn't feel like a powder. It doesn't feel like a cream. It's just simply a cushion. I can't even describe it. It just is, okay? It's this little sponge thing and it has skincare infused makeup on it. And I'm just going to use it very little and I'm going to show you how I use it very little. What brush am I going to use? This is the 3D brush. I love this one with the cushion. I also like the powder brush, which is 50% off right now. Okay, so I'm going to take it and I'm going to tap into it. I'm going to make sure that I have enough on and not too much. Okay, so what I'm going to do when I do less is I'm going to look at my face and first I'm going to be like, where do I want makeup? Because we've never done that. When we put our makeup on when we were 12 years old up till 40, what did we do? We put makeup all over. That's just what we did, right? And then we made sure our faces blended in with our necks, okay? We're not going to do, well, you can, but I mean, for the most part, I only put makeup where I need it. And so I'm going to take this and I'm going to tap a little bit on my cheeks because typically my cheeks are a little bit red. They're not bad today. Sorry. Making noise. And then I put it on my nose. I always have red under here. So I tap it on there. Put a little bit on my chin because I have some, see the acne scarring? You can see it today. You can't always see it. The acne scarring, I have a lot of texture on my chin. I have to make sure my makeup's dark enough. If you put light on texture anywhere on your face, on your under eyes, on your acne scarring, on your pores, anything like that, you're going to add to the texture. I promise you. Or if you do too much makeup. Okay, so put that there. And I'm just going to sweep this. I either use natural beige or I use tan. I have a decent tan right now. So I'm just going to use that. And that's the only place I put makeup. Okay. Most of the time, that's the only place that I put makeup. I don't put any on the lower part of my face. Okay. I do my under eyes though. So on my rest of my face, what I'm going to do, because I darkened it already with bronzer and my BB cream, I am going to have to do less work. So I've done that. And then I am going to add just a fuzz more bronzer to my forehead. So I'm going to pull out my Saint makeup. Or if you have bronzer, take bronzer. And you're going to add a little bit more dimension just up here. Okay. There we go. Like so. So do you guys see how little makeup I have on? I have so little makeup on, which is what I want. Okay. Next, I'm going to do blush. I haven't done my under eyes yet, as you guys have seen, because I like to do my face first and then go to my under eyes because it'll take away from your under eyes. If you have really dark under eyes, like not even really dark, if you have some darkness, most of us do, right in here, and then you put a little bit of makeup on through here, it kind of blends in that darkness, and that's what you want. So do your face first. Remember, we're flipping everything on its end. Do your face first and then go to your eyes. So for my eyes, I like to do a little bit of color correcting with this peach color right here. Then I can help you with all of this. I color match. This is amazing, okay? When I was looking for makeup that, first of all, matched my skin tone, but worked for my mature skin. I tried so many different things. I have a huge basket down here just full of makeup that didn't work. And it was settling in my lines and all the things. And then I got a color match from someone, okay? She matched me to my Saint makeup. That's cream makeup. I can do that for you now. You say match me, I'll send you a link. You send me a photo and I'll match you, okay? You don't have to go to a store. You don't have to match yourself. You don't have to swipe it on your hand. You don't have to, you know what I mean? It's insane. I take the work out for you and I help you all along the way. Once you purchase, even if you don't, I'll help you. Or if you comment cushion, that foundation shade, I can do that. So I kind of have two foundations that I'm using right now. I've been using Saint for 5 years and I love it. I really truly do. And then my skincare company came out with that. So let's color correct. Let's get back to the point. You need a small brush in your bag. You really do. You need a small brush. Even if you aren't using Saint, even if you aren't using Rimmon, you need a small brush and you need to take this and you need to take a point and you need to look at the darkness on your under eye. Okay, I don't have a lot, but I do have some blue. And I'm going to put it only on the blue. Like that. And this peachy shade can take care of blue shades. Okay, even if you have like those real dark under eyes, a peachy or orangey shade can help cancel it out. And that's what we want. And we're going to use the least amount possible. So take your light concealer and throw it in the trash. You're like, rude. I'm just telling you that if you stick light on your under eye, sometimes, I guess some of y'all may not have much texture, but you put light on texture and you're going to hate it. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm so old looking. Well, that's because you put light on your under eyes or your texture and it made you look all crackly and dry and you don't want that. So we've got the peachy shade, color correcting that. And then we can take, if you see orange, if you see peach, whatever, you can take a little bit of your foundation shade and maybe a darker foundation shade and tap over it. Okay? But we are talking such fine, little, tiny layers that it's not going to look like much makeup. And we've color corrected our eyes. So now that we've done that, we're going to take either a darker foundation shade or a little bit of bronzer and we're going to darken our under eyes. And you're like, what? Why would we do that? Because if you have darkness right here, you're going to want to darken the little pockets of blonde. Hang with me here. I promise my brain will get in gear. You need to darken those little pockets of light. The light's making your under eyes look darker. Trust me on it. So I'm going to take a little bit of bronzer and I'm going to tap little tiny bit. And then I'm going to darken my under eye. Oh, my under eyes are getting so crepey. Did you see that? Like, do you know what I mean by crepey? Like it moves. See how it moves and leaves a wrinkle and then it gently goes back? Ah, it's fine. Just tap it on. So darken those little tiny pockets of light next to where you color corrected. And let's just go from there. Okay. So see how that's right there? It's just darkening everything up. And I think it gives it such a pretty look. If you look at other people that have their, more mature people that have their makeup done, that's what it looks like. It's such a nice, flowy, pretty look. And then take your finger. I hydrated my under eyes before I got on here and tap off any excess because you don't want too much on your under eyes. Then we're going to go to blush. And then we're going to brighten. But as you guys can see, I don't really feel anything on my face. This is just, it's not heavy. It's not thick. It's doing nothing but serving me a purpose. And I know so many of you practical people out there, you like it would serve your purpose, but just have to remember that less is best. And you're going to create lift and dimension. So I've created some dimension with my bronzer. I used Frenchie. It's a lip and cheek, actually. And it works really well for me. And it works really well for a lot of people on blue colors. Or you may have to use one of our demi shades, which is a color corrector. And I can help you with that. Hang on a minute. Where did that little tiny, oh my gosh. So I have a vein right here. You see that right there? I'm going to take this peach shade, or 01 works. from Demi. If you think you get too much, tap it on your hand, tap it off. And go like that. Okay, did you see that disappear? Okay, that's what we want to have happen. Blue. Blue typically looks muddy and brown. And that actually is blue, believe it or not. So Frenchy lip and cheek, and it's a really pretty on your cheeks too. So both of them work really well. It works well on those blue shades, and it works well as a lip and cheek. So should I use it? I think I'm going to use Madrid today. Oh no, we have cool on the eyes. Let's use a cooler shade on the cheeks. I always use raspberry. Isn't that pretty? It's such a pretty color. I'll just use it because I have it, because it doesn't matter. You'll use what you want. I'm going to use what I want. So next, I think if you have heard anything that I've said is lift and dimension. So we've created lift and dimension on our eyes. We've created the dimension a little bit with the bronzer. Now we're going to create a little bit of lift with some blush. This is a cream. This is a semi-gloss, which I really like, or a matte, especially when you start. You can't do glosses, but in the summer, I don't know if that'll bother you because our glosses feel a little bit more tacky. So you see how I'm doing this? I'm starting in the back, and I'm feeling it with my finger, and I'm bringing it just about to the inner corner of or the pupil of my eye. So like right here. And I'm getting it high on my cheekbone. Okay, I'm not done. But see how that's just creating a little bit of a lift when you look at me? And then I'm going to take that same brush. You don't need to clean the brushes in between. I get that question a lot. People are like, what do you do? Do I need to clean my brush in between every step? No, because you're putting so little on this brush. It's totally fine. You do not need to clean it in between. If you feel like you do, you're getting too much on. So I'm just going to tap into this, and I'm going to start back here, right on my cheekbone. Tap a little bit on my cheekbone, then I'll bring a little bit of it forward. So I do it backwards. As you can see, I'm doing everything backwards. I did bronzer first. And now on my cheeks, I start back here. I have very little to the apple of my cheek. You know, back a million years ago, we were like, you smile and you do the apple to your cheek. Well, the apple has fallen from the tree. So we need to, unless you have really full cheeks, go like this and then move it forward. Move a little bit forward. And plus I want the darker in the back. So I'm not going to use a lot. I'm just going to use just a little bit. Again, we're doing summer makeup. So that's all I'm going to put on there. And then we're going to brighten. Brightening will be, I didn't contour and I'm not going to contour. Brightening is going to be a way that you create lift because it's brightener. People call it highlighter, is several shades lighter than your main shade. So when I brighten, let me show you my main shade. I don't have them in the same palette, but oh yeah, I do. I can show you right here. Okay, so this is my main shade for my face, and this is my brightener. Do you see how many shades different it is? Or I use this brightener. Okay, it's several shades lighter, so you got to be careful where you place it. Placement is key, but you can create a lot of lift with areas of brightness because it's going to lift and it draws the attention of the eye. So we're going to take the, let's take this brush that's on sale. I'm all about on sale, right? Especially if it's a good brush. Blur brush, and I'm going to tap it into, I'll tap it into this one is White Peach, I think. So it's not peachy. It's just called White Peach. I'm going to put a little bit here and watch how I'm going to create lift. I'll lift one side of my face. This is a subtle way to create lift. It's not a facelift, but it's subtle ways to create lift. I'm going to take it from the corner of my eye to the temple. So I won't go up higher than that. And if you have crow's feet right here, you need to be careful, and maybe you can't use as light. But see that right there? What did that do? That's going to create a little bit of lift for me. I'm going to blend it in really carefully, like so. If you're like, oh no, Sonia, I got me some major crow's feet and I don't want to do that, pick 1 or 2 shades lighter than your normal foundation shade. Did I miss something? Okay, Then I'm going to, let's just work at the top of my face and work our way down. Then I take and put a little bit right here above the peak of my brow. Blend it in, of course. Take your finger, whatever you want to do. Flip your brush over. And put a little bit right there. And that'll create some lift. Then I want to, this area is tricky. So if you see right here, this is where a lot of people brighten, right? Right here in the inner part of their eye. And that most of you guys, I think, can do it. It's really tricky for me because I have sinking in right here and I have big pores and I have sinking in right here. So I feel like my window of opportunity is very small, but I'll do it. But you just have to be careful. Sometimes you can even do it with your finger. I would start like right here and then work your way and see. So it's going to create lift and we're kind of falling right there. So that's a good thing, right? To create a little bit of lift. And then I am going to try a little bit right here. Okay. Okay. I'm going to sweep it right here into my nasolabial folds. Like so. Okay. Now we're going to reverse contour. So good. Okay. I didn't contour at all. Actually, I need to get my blush a little bit lower right there. And I'm going to take a little bit on that brush again. And then right here, okay, from like, I would have put contour right here underneath my cheekbone. I'm going to drop that down maybe just a little bit. Actually, I'm going to flip the brush over. And I'm going to sweep just a little bit right here. Okay, just a little bit, not a lot. And we're going to go like that. And that's going to help carve out my cheekbone just a little bit, just enough that it's going to help carve it out and make it look like I have fuller cheeks than what I actually do. Then I don't really do much after that, but you can, if you have jowling like I do right here, we have a shadow right there. You can put a little bit right here. I feel like it helps a little, but you know, there's only so much you can do. It depends on the depth of your jowls. I feel like mine are beyond that. So, okay. Then I do like to take a little bit down the middle of my nose. And I said a little bit, right? Remember, everything is so minimal. We're not feeling cakey. We're not feeling icky. We're not feeling like we have a bunch of makeup on. We're putting such tiny bits on. So can you tell? Like, see this eye, how it's lifted? See that brow lifted a little bit? We have a little bit of reverse contouring, all the things. Again, it's minimal, but it's going to help, especially this one right here. If anything, take your regular foundation, if you feel like you can't use a brightener, and put right there and clean that up, because you don't want eyeshadow any lower than right there. That goes to your brow, to the edge of your eye, because it'll pull your eye down. Isn't it amazing how much your skin moves when you get older? I'll go like this. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm being so rough. I don't mean to be. I just am. Okay, let's start tippity tapping right in here. And then I'm going to put a little bit right here in that inner part of the eye. That part is super chicken skin. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you know that skin on a chicken that has the dots? I got a whole lot of that going on in there. So I have to be really careful on how light I make. I'm just being real. There. The thing that's really, really cool about these palettes of makeup is how easy they are. I can make it any size and any way that I want, especially in the summer. Like if you're going camping or whether you're going on vacation, you're going to the beach, whatever. You're not going to probably likely wear much makeup, but you can make a really small palette and you can take like one little brush and go, and you're good to go. And it lasts forever. My main foundation shade, which is $16 is all it is. That's how much it is on the website. $16 will last me, dare I say. I'm going to say 4 months. It really lasts me about 6 because I don't wear very much, right? So I think I'm done. Besides my lips. Oh, I didn't get my jowl on the other side. You guys, I need to go furniture shopping. Oh, I know. Do you guys, if you're on here, just hang tight. Don't get off. Do you like to furniture shop? I loathe it. And I'm not exaggerating. We need a new couch. It has broken twice. My husband has fixed it. It has broken twice. And I don't want to. But I really need to go. Whatever. Okay, let's talk lip tints. The lip tints, Saint, oh shoot, I don't have the color I want here. Saint has them, Riemann has them, everybody got lip tints, okay? These have skincare in them. Saint has some skincare. They're both whatever. I like having a color to my lips. Then when everything wears off, I still have color to my lips. Because you can see, I really don't have a lot of coloring to them. I really want pinky. I think that's the shade that I wanted. I think that was the name of it. These are Jam, Poppy, and Berry. What should we use? Cherry is pretty. They're all really pretty. They do not call them a, what do you call it when you tint your lips or when you color your lips? They don't call them that. They really just call them lip tints, but they stain pretty dang good. Let's put a little bit of Berry on. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little like that. I'm going to rub it in like so. These are so good, guys. I don't have a dry down with these from Saint. You know how you get those, what are they called? Those lip things. Lip stain. Thank you. This is a tint. Stains. You know how you'll get like a dry down from them? I don't get that from Saint. These are a gloss. Riemann's, sometimes I will feel a little bit of a dry down. But this is what I do. I put this on and then I leave it like this. Okay? I take my fingers. I blend it around well and I let it go and I let it dry. Dry, doesn't feel dry at all. You can still move it like with your fingers, which is so good, I think. And then later on, when I'm wherever I am, I'll take a gloss and stick over it. And then when that gloss wears off, because gloss doesn't stay as well, maybe as a lipstick, I still have stain on my lips. So then I stick gloss back over it. But just for giggles, let's just use a little bit of a lip oil. This is one of Saint's colors that you can earn with your loyalty points. That's Sprinkles, I think it's called. Isn't that fun? So, okay, Lift and Dimension. I'm going to review. So if you just hopped on, I want to tell you what we just did, okay? We created Lift and Dimension with everything, which is exactly what you need to do with your makeup. You need to create Lift and Dimension, and we're going to turn everything upside down. You are not going to take a bottle and put makeup all over your face. You're going to use minimal, and you're going to only put it where you need it. Assess your face. You're going to be like, I need it everywhere. No, you likely do not. Use good skincare. Make sure you're exfoliating. Shave your face. All the things. Get those things done first because you need as good of a canvas as you can. And then get some makeup and only put it where you need it. Try putting bronzer on first. Try putting a little bit of bronzer in the high points in your cheeks first and then look. Especially if you have rosacea. It's really great to do. Look at it and be like, okay, what do I really need to take care of? Honestly. Okay. Typically, it's a little bit on our cheeks. It's our under eyes, a little bit here under our nose because that turns red. And then look and be like, okay, it's not too bad. I think you're going to be surprised, honestly. You get a darker shade for those areas though, because red, if your face is red or whatever, it's probably likely you need a darker shade than what you actually think you do. And then just look and see. For your eyes, hooded eyes, get above that crease. If you have deep set eyes, again, get above that crease on that brow bone, create some lift and create dimension. You just have to watch the dang video. Okay. Bye, guys. See ya.